Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back Today show with me, Ralf Friedrichs. Yay, I'm back from vacation. My father and my mother are now in the process of just leaving, heading down to South Carolina where my mother will be visiting with my father for 2 weeks. How do I feel about that? My parents have been divorced for quite some time, maybe, 15 years. Now, recently, as people change in life, people start thinking differently. My parents have talked about possibly rekindling their relationship, remarrying, to start where they, kind of end or go towards the end of their lives to where they started when they were younger, which was to be together. As time went by, things have changed in their lives. My father had another relationship. Unfortunately, God rest her soul, he lost his other half maybe about 8-9 years ago. My mother really had no one other than her children and friends. So as my father made these few trips up here, they thought, for practical purposes, wouldn't it be great if they could just be together, live in the same house again, share time, share memories together, and put an end to their lives eventually when God decides to take them, with some old memories, some nice memories. Folks, I was going to go over the 3 best reasons to be in recovery. But as always, things change, and I wanted to talk about it because every time family gets together, and you know what I'm talking about, it could be at a dinner table, it could be in a restaurant, it could be anywhere, your sobriety gets tested. Because every person in your family has a different personality, and it is us, as the sober people, that have to learn to struggle through each and every trying moment that you might have. In my case, I needed to show more patience. Back in the old days when I used to drink a lot, my escape would be just to get drunk, and I couldn't care less what people were talking about. I couldn't. But now, as I'm sober, I just recently celebrated an anniversary, June 22nd, it becomes a little harder, but yet, with the grace of God, I found that I am so steadfast in my sobriety that no one or no problem can bring me down. Watching my mother and my father, watching them sharing maybe laughter, maybe tears, maybe arguments, have shown me that life goes by so quick, and that if even they, as divorced parents, can somehow find unity to come back together again, to even talk about, for even practical purposes, to remarry, so that, God forbid, my father, should he pass before my mother, that my mother has a place to live in, so she doesn't have to rent this small little garage that she rents in a house that really is not the great life. But she has a place to stay, and she might even get partial Social Security from my father's benefits, because she gets so little, I believe $700 a month. This has shown me how steadfast I am in my sobriety, because I watch them arguing over and over. And I try to tell my father to show patience towards my mother, and vice versa. Folks, the purpose of this video is not only to welcome you back to my show after 2 weeks, actually 16 days I've been gone on vacation. No, I haven't gone anywhere. But yet, when my parents are together and my father stays with me, I cannot concentrate on my show. I can't concentrate on my audience. Yes, I can concentrate on my sobriety, but that is the extent of to where my show can go. But I have watched, I have listened, and I have tried to give my experiences to both my parents to learn, to listen to each other and not argue all the time. And this is what I have learned in sobriety, and this is my point of this video, is that the old Ralph, before I hit rock bottom, would do anything to actually instigate the fighting between the two, instigate fighting amongst others, agitate people, aggravate people. But the sober Ralph has found this inner peace inside me, an inner peace which I want to call a peacemaker. I want to bring people together, unite them, not divide them. Folks, this has been the most trying 2 weeks in my entire life. Because my father at the age of 78 and my mother at the age of 75, they can wear your patience very thin. But yet, with the grace of God as my spiritual guider, and the peace that I have within me, and the sobriety within me, have taught me to honor, to love, to share, and to listen to both my parents. Yes, like any human, I find myself still at the short end of the stick sometimes. The fuse might be very small, but I will continue, even as they now are driving towards Richmond to my brother's house in Virginia, where they'll spend one night and then continue on their journey to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. I will continue to grow stronger inside, to blossom, to be a better human, because sobriety isn't just about not drinking and not doing drugs. It's about becoming a whole human, a better human. I will say to you folks, my audience, that there are two things that you need to do to live a better life in sobriety. And the first thing is you got to break that wall of denial, let it crumble down, but most important is to seek God as your guider, as your direction, what's the word? As someone that guides and directs you daily. There's not one day that I need to reach inside me to shout out to God within me and say, help me, especially the last 16 days. I felt hurt in my heart as I hugged my father less than an hour and a half ago to bid him farewell on his journey back to South Carolina. Yet, before today, I was saying to myself, wow, this has been a tough 16 days, and it's almost over, and I could go back to my old life. But somewhere deep down inside, folks, there is hurt as I sit here in front of this camera. Because he is 78, my mother is 75, and each and every time I don't get to see them might be the last time I see them alive. We all are getting older in life. I am 53. I'm blessed to have a beautiful wife at 54. With the grace of God, we will still have each other for 20, 30 years. But folks, remember this. Each and every time you bid farewell to a loved one that maybe you don't get along with, and maybe you see different views and you don't see eye to eye, it might be the last time you see that person, especially as they get older, folks. I have learned a lesson in the last 2 years, each and every time my father comes and goes. And each and every time it becomes harder for me to say goodbye. We were just talking about, my dad and I were just talking about how we could get together for Christmas. My wife's in a business where holidays are no-no for any time off. My father's in Myrtle Beach, my brother's in Richmond, Virginia, my mother's in Shirley, New York, and I am here in the Hamptons. So how do we unite all of us to give us a uniform get-together? It is very hard. This is why I am so glad that that God has touched my mother's heart and my father's heart to possibly bring them together for practical purposes only. Although I don't believe it's only practical, because I do believe there is some love left to bring my father up here. It might take a year, it might take 2 years, but the longer we have to wait, the more chance and the more hurt of possibly never seeing him alive again. And this is why it is important that I make the arrangements to go down, even if I have to do it in September for a week or so, take time off from my job. Folks, we only have our parents for so long left. When you're at my age group, at 53, and your parents are 78 and 75, the days are numbered, folks. Enjoy each and every day. Like sobriety, which is 24 hours at a time, day by day, one day at a time, so has to be time with the people you love. Accept, enjoy, thank, show gratitude for each and every day that you have your family left, folks. Yes, I wanted to talk about reasons why to be sober. And I could have read it directly from the Mayo Clinic. But here are my reasons to be sober. Number one is myself. The list is accordingly. Then I have my wife, my children, my grandchildren, my mother, my father, my sisters, my brothers. These are all reasons why I should stay sober. These are the memories that I will keep in my heart forever. Little things like my father being confused about something I might have said so fast he couldn't even understand it, because I have a tendency of speaking fast. That is a memory that will stick forever. His driving abilities, going down the road, going on the LIE, Southern State or Sunrise Highway, even Montauk Highway, where I fear for my life the way he drives because he is 78 years old. Those are memories that will last forever in my mind, in my sober mind. These are memories I can remember that I could not remember had I been drunk during those moments. Had I been high, although I've never been, I've always only been a drunk. These are memories that you will keep in your mind. Folks, the purpose of this video is to express my thankfulness to the Almighty God for my sobriety, the thankfulness to the Almighty God to keep my mother and my father safe. And I pray, as I sit here in front of this camera, that He protects them during their travel. But more importantly, folks, I pray to God that God gives my father the patience to listen to my mother, the patience not to not to argue with her, because my mother has a habit of talking, and my father's fuse is very short himself. Had my father possibly 20 years ago learned what I know now, things might have been different. This lesson in the last 2 years of sobriety in my life have taught me a million things, folks. To be a better husband, a better father, a better son, a better human, and a better son of God. Let today's lessons, whether life lessons or sobriety lessons, be the lessons you will remember for the rest of your life. Starting tomorrow, folks, I will be doing videos, shows, the way it used to be. I will discuss tomorrow the 3 best reasons to be in recovery. These are the reasons from the Mayo Clinic. I just told you the reasons that I have for being in recovery. And it's all about being a better human, being a better son, a better father, a better husband, a better son of God. These are my personal reasons, and tomorrow's the Mayo Clinic's reason. Folks, I haven't given a shout out to my friend who just recently came to New York to talk to some folks up here about business, and his name is Larry Geis, and he is from the Geis Academy. He is an addiction recovery coach, a life coach. He is a good friend of mine, and hopefully one day him and I will be together down in Florida, and I'll be working in his business venture that he is trying to get launched, I should say. I want to be part of his team. You can reach him at 516-485-2741. That's 516-485-2741. That is Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. And you can also go to www.odysseyconsultant.org. He will also help you like I help to take your life back. When you speak to him, if you speak to him, tell Larry Geist that you heard about him on the Take Your Life Back Today show. I want to also give a shout out to globaleyeglasses.com, where they are focused on saving you money. Folks, 3 or 4 weeks ago, globaleyeglasses.com launched a new program, the Home Trial Program, and that program consists of, you can order frames, have them sent to your house to try on, to show your loved ones, look in the mirror, show some friends. When you get these frames, there'll be a return label in the box that you can just slap on the box to return these frames. When you return the frames, folks, you will get your refund. Should you decide you like the frames, they will put the lenses in there for you, whether it being clear lenses, progressive lenses, transition lenses, polarized lenses, line bifocal or single vision. That is all available at globaleyeglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money. And folks, if you utilize this coupon code that I give you, you will get free shipping. The coupon code is Ralf Life Back. RALFLIFEBACK. Ralf Life Back is the coupon code for free shipping. When you get to the checkout mode, up in the left hand corner will be coupon promo. Type in Ralf Life Back and get your free shipping, and let Global Eyeglasses focus on saving you money. Folks, I'm going to end this with a sad note, a sad heart, because no matter how I feel about how my father maybe talks to my mother, or how my mother talks to my father, or how they act, or how they aggravate me sometimes, like I aggravate other people. No matter what, my heart is saddened by their departure. On a bright note, my mother will be back in 2-3 weeks. But I might not see my father now until Christmas unless I do something about that. And I might have to do that. I might have to take a flight down there every once in a while, every year, to make sure that he knows that he is loved by me, my brothers, my sisters. Another side note, this is my other sister who is in Santa Mauritius at a group home, counts on seeing my mother on Saturdays. Now my mother is gone for 2-3 weeks. I will make sure that I will go visit her, to take her out to McDonald's. And the point of me bringing all this up, folks, is because the Ralph that was drinking would never have thought about other people other than me. I recently, like I said, celebrated my anniversary on June 22nd. And I am here to tell you it is not about me, but it's about you. Your life in sobriety, your mission in sobriety is to make a better you, to be a better person to people around you. I'm going to end this with something I haven't said now for 16 days because I haven't done a video. And I want you folks to know that a sober today, I promise you, will make a better tomorrow. I promise you that. If you stay sober today, tomorrow morning you're going to wake up sober. You're having a better day. And if you repeat that process day by day, you will hit a year quicker than you know it, 2 years quicker than you know it. Don't let the stress bring you down. The stress that I faced when my father was here, because of my mother and my father getting together and maybe arguing, I didn't let it bring me down. My sobriety and my faith in God is stronger than anyone trying to bring me down, or anyone trying to argue with other people and for me to interject and get dragged into their argument. I am not saying my father and my mother argued all the time, folks. Definitely not saying that. But I'm telling you, it is now that I saw the real Ralph, the stronger, the better Ralph that I didn't see years ago. And it's due to 2 things, folks: sobriety and my faith in God. That's simple as that. What sobriety and my faith in God have taught me think positive, positive things will happen. That I promise you. Positive things will happen. And you eliminate the negative thoughts, the negative situations, the negative people in your life, and the negative things will come to an end. Folks, teach your children, please teach your children to say no to drugs and alcohol. Teach them. It is your responsibility as a role model, as their hero, to help them from the age of 0 to 18 at least. To teach them, to show them that you don't drink, smoke, use profanity, or physically abuse anyone in front of them, or at all, and they will leave the nest at 18 a better human. Teach them now to say no to drugs and alcohol. Folks, if you just keep teaching, and you keep having positive thoughts, and you remember to stay sober, and you remember your Almighty God, your life, folks, will become a better life. That I promise you. I hope to God that each and every one in my audience has a great day, and I am so happy to be back to do my shows, and I look forward to tomorrow's show. But I hope to God that each and every one, you, and you, all have a sober day, and may God bless you.